5 at 5.
All right, baby. We are live, but you know the drill here at the Huddle Up Podcast, Mile High Huddle. We got to let it breathe just for a minute here. But before we do, we got to let y'all know what is going on.
You're listening to the Huddle Up Podcast with Chad Jensen and Zack Kelberman. Join Broncos Country's deep divers at milehighhuddle.com and sound off. And now it's time to drop some knowledge.
I'm your host, Chad Jensen. I'm taking these headphones off. Don't need them. There we go. Welcome in, everybody. It's a Huddle Up Podcast. I just got to let you guys know today, I should say, it's going to be a little bit hard to get to your comments, but we're going to do our best, okay? As you can see, we came through on our promise. We're live from Empower Field at Mile High. I'm Chad Jensen. Zack Kelberman in the flesh. What's going on, dude?
It's good to see you in person.
Yeah.
It's weird to do this with a microphone in hand,
Yeah.
like I'm on stage doing a comic show.
I've never met you before.
I've met you. No, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see the Broncos take on the Jets today, get another victory, 3-0.
3-0.
I think, Chad, you and I disagree. It might be a little more of a close game, but the end result is still a W in the end.
It should be. It should be. We've got many great members of the MHH community that have already swung by to say hi, that are hanging out. We got food. We got a few beverages. We got guys talking football. We got Kiaka from freaking Hawaii here. We got people from near and far. It's been really cool meeting everyone that we've been able to meet up to this point. But we also have some MHHers. Eric Trickle, come on in, dude. Let's try and get into the shot. You can see here where we're at. We got Eric Trickle making the trek all the way from Alaska, dude. How you feeling today?
Feeling good. I mean, I'm excited to be here. It's still a little surreal. I mean, there's more people in this parking lot right now than there is where I live.
Yeah.
But it's definitely surreal. Excited to be here. Excited to go to my first game, too.
Yes, dude. It's going to be fun. Lance Sanderson, come on in, dude. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
We know Lance Sanderson from the Dove Valley Deep Divers right here, right?
Yes, sir.
What's
right
good? Lance, how are you feeling about today?
Pretty optimistic, to tell you the truth. Quite honestly, I think that this is going to be a blowout. Denver, I had it at 27-10 on the score prediction for the Huddle Up Roundtable piece earlier this week. But no, I'm pretty confident. The Broncos offense, I think, is going to take off this week, and that defense is going to continue to do their thing, man. They've got another rookie quarterback this week, so I don't think it's going to be very easy sledding for the Jets this week.
Most def.
You heard it there.
Let's see here. I just want to do some quick quality control. See who's in the chat really quick. I don't know why, dude. It's not showing some of the comments. I hope we're hitting all the. It looks like. Oh, I know why. You know what we didn't do? We didn't
let it breathe.
We didn't bring on Facebook. Stand by, gang. Hey, you live and you learn, right? Now we're truly letting it breathe. But it's still not showing comments like it normally would. Like YouTube right now would be going crazy. So I don't know. We've got good Wi-Fi. Let me double check. Bear with us for a second, gang. Just making sure our connection's good. We're connected. Hey, do me a favor. I'm gonna just check my phone real quick. Bear with us for a sec, gang. We just want to make sure technical difficulties are not gonna torpedo our show. All right, it's showing live. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're good. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. Appreciate your patience. What's the key, dude? How do the Broncos come away with a win here?
They have to let the Jets be the Jets. I think they will get a W today. It might not be the blowout that everyone is predicting, and I've talked to literally every single person here, and they're predicting like a 20, 30-point victory. But a win is a win is a win. You harass Zach Wilson. You do your job on offense. You run the ball with Pookie Williams. I'm calling him Pookie. Someone got on me for calling him Pookie. So my friends or family.
His
I'm
parents
calling
call
him
Pookie. What are you going to do?
I'm dying on that hill. Pookie is going off today for 100-plus yards, at least one touchdown, and they're going to win going away, even though the scoreboard might not show it.
Now we're starting to get those comments coming in. Eric, come here for a minute. So you talked a lot about Garrett Bowles having a juicy opportunity in your piece. Mm-hmm. Talk about why that is.
I mean, Bryce Huff, he's the edge defender that'll come off. He's the edge defender that'll come off the edge on that side, and he's just not that good of a run defender. And while he showed flashes last year as a pass rusher, this year he hasn't been anywhere near as consistent. So this is a good game for the Broncos to kind of punish him on that side. The Jets, they have a low success rate against the run on that side. And Denver, that's actually where they run the ball the best so far this year. So, I mean, they just got to go punish that and punish Bryce Huff and just let Garrett Bowles go do his thing.
You also talked about in the Patrick Surtain that this might be a little bit tougher of a matchup than it might look at first glance. People look at the Jets roster and the talent at the skill positions and they go, wait a minute now. Explain that a little bit.
So Elijah Moore is the Jets like to flip the receiver. So Corey Davis and Elijah Moore, they pretty much split evenly between the two sides. Corey Davis shouldn't be tough for Patrick Surtain. Elijah Moore is the concern. His shifty route running, his ability to change direction, that's not the strong suit for Patrick Surtain, so that can give him a little bit of problems. We saw the Jaguars exploit that early last week, so we definitely got to watch that. Hopefully, Patrick Surtain uses what he did last week to cover up for that against Elijah Moore this week.
Tough for the Jets. I mean, they don't have Denzel Mims. He's inactive every week. Jamison Crowder, I believe, is still injured. So if they just shut down, like he said, Elijah Moore and Corey Davis, I think that could be an easy day at the afternoon for the Broncos secondary.
Let's hope. Thomas Hall. We got Thomas Hall. He's our convincing numbers analytics guru. Tom, I'm going to hand you the mic. You obviously laid out your prediction in the Mile High Roundtable. Everybody go check that out, milehighhuddle.com, of course. But, Tom, talk about why you picked what you did. Remind everyone what your score was and what you expect to see.
Sure, thank you. 31-10 or 13, I think is the score I predicted. And the reason why I did that, I feel like it's a different feeling, this Broncos team this year. I mean, we've had some pretty poor teams the last couple of years. It's been kind of depressing, but this year the team seems different. It feels different. I just don't feel like they're going to come in first game of the season and like lay an egg. It doesn't seem the same. So that's why I picked a kind of a blowout, at least a two-score win. Plus, I think Javonte Williams is ready to pop, and I think he's going to have a big day. So he's going to grind it out, get a 100-yard game. So that's where I feel.
So this is Pookie Williams' first 100-yard rushing game of his career.
It's happening.
You're here from Thomas Hall first. All right. Let's grab Mike. Mike Evans, stay in the shot, Tom. Come on in, Mike. Mike Evans, everyone knows Mike Evans, staff writer. Is he in the shot? Come in, Mike, closer. I'll move over. Mike, you tendered your prediction in the roundtable.
I did.
But explain to everybody who might not have read the article what you expect to see tonight.
Sure. Today. I'm expecting a 27-13 victory by the Broncos. I suspect that although the Jets have a strong front, I think Noah Fant's going to go to town on them, and I think you'll see Teddy take some deep shots.
It's about time we see Noah Fant go off. He got in the end zone. Was it last week? That was good to see, but we need one of those big, 80-yard runs like we saw against the Browns in Week 9 when he was a rookie. Took a little slant or whatever that was, screen, took it to the hizzy. We need to see that from Noah Fant.
I think if Sherman can stay disciplined on the run game and we do drive some play action passes, I think Fant can get loose. So I got faith in him. I think I'm going to mess up his name. 85. Thank you. Albert. Nice.
Yeah.
I think Albert's going to. I think 2 tight end sets. I think they're going to go to town.
All right, you heard it here, Mike Evans.
Thank you.
Let's grab Lance back in here for a second.
Mike,
Lance.
did you say you had faith in Pat Shurmur though?
Oh, that's going to be it. You know what? I think he's got a rhythm. So I got faith in him for this game.
Okay.
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 All right, we're going to try and trust you on that.
Okay. Have faith.
Lance, get in here, dude. Who are your what players this week, whether it's rooks, whether it's vets, who are the key players that need to flex out if the Broncos are going to handle business?
Well, I talked about this on Dove Valley Deep Divers the other day as far as what the Jets could do defensively to really kind of cause a hangnail for the Broncos this weekend. A big number 94, Folorunso Fadukasi, is a big run defender, young guy, but he plays like a bull, man. He's super strong. Plays with really great pad level. He gets underneath you and he pushes you back in the running game. Really needs to work on a counter move as far as a pass rusher goes. But he's going against Graham Glasgow this week. And Graham Glasgow's coming off of that irregular heartbeat that he had following the New York Giants game in Week 1. So to me, we just got to see how that really works. But another really intriguing one to me is to see how the Broncos are going to take advantage of Marcus May in the secondary. He's a really good safety. I like this young kid. Probably going to reset the safety market here in a couple of years. He has some range, has some physicality to him, does a really good job in the running game as well. But to me, if they can figure out a way to exploit him on some crossing routes, he does play a really bad trail technique. So to me, if you can get Noah Fant, if you can get Courtland Sutton on the crossing routes, that really is going to be a big key to this game.
We were at dinner last night. We were talking about the Jets defensive line. I mean, you mentioned what photocopy.
Whatever the heck his name is. Folo Runzo Fadokasi.
And I mentioned Quinnen Williams, defensive
Yes.
line. So, I mean, the interior, Cushenberry, Glasgow, Dalton Reisner, they haven't done overly well so far. It's a big test for them. But can you name one Jets cornerback? I think they had Bless Austin.
Javelin Guidry is one. He's a slot cornerback. He's a really quick guy, but he's a young guy as well, and he really gets baited on double moves a lot. It's not necessarily a guy that you really want to watch out for, but there might be a guy that you can target with that with KJ Hamler. And to me, this is going to be a big game for KJ Hamler, especially over the middle of the field.
They have to do something. I mean, if you can't name a Jets cornerback, and if Marcus May is your best safety, I don't think he should reset the safety market. He's not Jamal Adams to me, and I don't think Jamal Adams was that good. So this is a secondary lance that is totally exploitable. And like you said, this could be a game where KJ Hamler pops for what the Broncos thought they were getting in their second round pick in KJ Hamler.
Right.
100+ yards and a touchdown.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And to me, honestly, it's going to be a lot of the slot stuff for him. They need to start figuring out a way. And this goes back to you guys talking about Pat Shurmur just a second ago. They really need to figure out a way to get more creative with him and getting the football into his hands because they're not using him the right way. Everyone wants to say he's the Tyreek Hill of this Broncos offense, but they're not utilizing him like that. They're not utilizing him on the bubble screens. They're not utilizing him out of the backfield in jet motion or jet sweeps and stuff like that. So to me, Pat Shurmur has to get more creative with the way that he's using KJ Hamler, especially with Jerry Jeudy out. Like that's a big injury and a big key to this game is got to get KJ Hamler going.
And Cortland Sutton not exactly being a speedster. He's a possession guy. I mean, KJ is your resident speedster, and you have to get the ball in his hands. Good things will happen. Just got to get the ball in his hands.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Kiaka, come around. We've had many superstar segments on the show. It's always done remotely. But thanks to us coming together on the show, we got a bona fide superstar in the house, in the flesh. Kiaka.
How's it going, guys?
What's going on, dude?
Hey, I'm excited to be here, man.
From Paradise, but been chilling in Denver for a while.
I'll take this too.
Is he in the shot? I can't. Oh, hold up. Let me look. Yeah, he is. Yeah, you're good. So what are you predicting for today?
My score, I'm going with 27-10. I don't see the Jets really giving us much of a problem, if any at all. Especially with the crowd. This being our opening home game. It's just going to be too electric for the Jets to even get off anything. So that's what I'm saying.
They got the thin air and they got this heat. What's it going to be at? What's it going to be today? It's going to get up to 90 today. So that works in the Broncos' favor, I think, a little bit too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me ask you this. How worried are you about Zach Wilson, or are you at all?
After watching him last week and what he did last week, I think with the Broncos defense, we can get to him, stifle him early, and just keep that train rolling on what he's been doing, which isn't much.
Is he gonna be something in this league, you think, Zach Wilson? I mean, he goes number 2 overall to the New York Jets. I watched the first game. I only watched bits and pieces of week 2 where he got beat up by the New England Patriots, but I liked him.
Me too. Same. I like him coming out.
Maybe it's one of those quintessential situations where he goes to such a weak team.
Right.
Sure.
Well, he's also breaking in a rookie head coach, a rookie offensive coordinator. He lost his best lineman in Becky Becton. And AVT, Elijah Vera Tucker, is not quite ready yet. I think he's playing guard for them.
Correct.
So they really don't have a lot of talent that side of the ball. They're not playing Denzel Mims. He's a healthy scratch every single week. So you have to wonder, it's a typical Jets situation surrounding their quarterback with not an ideal scenario.
Sure.
As you want for your second overall pick.
Absolutely. I don't think he's, I'm not ready to call him the Jamarcus Russell of last year's draft. I do think he's going to be good. It's going to take time.
It does.
We know that here in Denver with what happened with Drew, but it's going to take time. He'll get there.
Double the time for the Jets.
So for whatever reason on our stream, the comments and chats aren't coming in like they should, but we got Chris Hernandez, 25-year veteran of the United States Air Force. Appreciate that. He's got a symbolic super chat of $23. And here's what he says. Thank you for the super, my dog. Looking good, everyone. Go Broncos. Click those little thumbs up. By the way, let us know, how is the sound? We're having to use different mics, and you got people having a good time. You got music down in the tailgate bumping. Hopefully the sound's coming through okay, but let us know in the chat. Chris, wish you were here, dude. Next time, you got to come.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, so this is just a little pregame. We just wanted to warm things up a little bit. We are going to be coming to you live for the gut reaction, as is the Huddle Up podcast tradition. As soon as the game's over, we're going to come right back out here. We're going to set up, and we're going to talk to you about what we saw. Emotion's going to be running high. Hormones are going to be flowing.
That's right, as they always are.
And anyone like you, Kiaka, everyone that's here right now, they're all outside of the shop, but everyone that's here, feel free to come back for the gut reaction. Come down right now. We're going to be here.
Plenty of food, plenty of drink, plenty of good times.
We'll be here till about 1. Then we got to start tearing down. Everyone make it to the stadium and whatnot. But go Broncos, dude. Kiaka, really good to see you, dude.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, show the camera. Show the camera this ring, dude. Huh?
Dope.
How's that? Where'd you get that, bro?
I got it as a gift from my dad.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's
I
dope.
got my brother and I one. And it's my baby.
I'm a little bit jealous right now.
Your dad's a
There
real
you go,
one.
man.
No way. All right, guys. We'll see you after the game for the gut reaction. We'll have more roundtable. We'll have Lance. We'll have Eric. Tom, you going to be around? We'll have Tom. Mike, you going to be around, or you got to bounce? Well, Tom Nalen. Dude, come here for a minute. We got to talk about this real quick because Zach and I, we were breaking this down earlier in the week, came up in a super chat. Tom Nalen wasn't even on the list.
Nope.
What's the Sam Hill? What's
I don't
going
know.
on with Tom Nalen and his Hall of Fame candidacy?
Well, he's just been ignored, I guess. Been ignored his whole career. I'm an Orange Hush, so he wasn't a promoter of himself. Plus, small market. I mean, you got voters that mostly on the East Coast or not watching the Broncos game. I don't know how you can watch Tom Nalen and not think he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, you got Dre Bly as a nominee.
Right.
And you've got other
Dre Bly.
Dre Bly's a nominee.
He
Tom
was
Nalen's
okay.
not. He was okay. I mean,
wasn't
he got
great.
booed out of the stadium one time
Yeah.
when he played for the Broncos, getting burned by a couple backup receivers. But it's like you got a 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first-team All-Pro, really 3-time if you count Sporting News, second team. How is he not even on the list?
Tom,
It's a bummer.
you talk about how during the Tom Nalen era that he played, 2 other centers, his peers, have made it to the Hall.
Yep.
Kevin Mawai and was it Dermody Dawson?
Dermody Dawson's kind of his peer. Yeah, I would say Kevin Mawai is his only peer.
Because Dawson was a little predating Nalen.
Yeah,
right?
well, he split first part of Nalen's career. So Nalen didn't get a lot of all pros. He didn't get one in '98 because Dermody Dawson got it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a shame. I mean, you look at what the production of '98 compared to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's kind of a bummer. I mean, that he should have got that in '98. But
Yeah.
his whole career he was against Mawai's a Hall of Famer for all those awards that they seem to credit people. But yeah, I mean, Mawai's his only real peer. If you think about it, Mawai's the only other center who had 10 1,000-yard rushers and 1 2,000-yard rusher.
Plus
Nobody
all
else
the
did.
individual accolades.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Mawai didn't have a ring.
Nope. Yeah, he got bounced out of the by second round every time he went to playoffs.
including at least once by Tom Nalen, if I do recall.
Absolutely. Yep.
What
and not only did Tom Nalen win the 2 Super Bowls, they were not given a chance in that first Super Bowl against the
Right.
Packers. And you watch that game, he pushed Gilbert Brown around like he's on roller
Weren't they
skates.
13.5-point dogs?
Yeah,
Broncos,
huge. It was, I
Super
think,
Bowl
the
32?
biggest underdog at the time. In
And it
the
had
history of the league.
been the Raiders. Was it the Raiders, the last AFC team that had won the Super Bowl? And it was like, early 80s.
Yeah,
if I-
83,
if
I
I'm not
think.
mistaken.
Yeah, it was like 15 years.
Broncos cracked that streak, swung the pendulum back.
Yep.
AFC teams could believe again. Now, hold on. What's up with Gradishar?
Gradishar. He's just being ignored too. I mean, I don't know. Like, it seems weird. They're trying to get some of these other people in before him. I feel like it's a matter of time. I feel like the next 2 years he's probably in. But it's like, we got to get Drew Pearson in now because of Harold Carmichael and the whole, Centennial class. So he's in. It's a bit of a surprise. I thought Gradishar was getting in this year. I really did. But I mean, the guy deserves it. And I mean, the problem is there's so many senior pool members out there. There's at least 40 that are deserving. So it's just a matter of time, though. The real issue for me isn't Gradishar. I think he's in 2 years. I think it's Mecklenburg. Mecklenburg's going to be the one that's waiting for a long time, and it's a bummer.
Do you think Luke Kuechly is going to one day be in the Hall of Fame?
I think they'll put him in.
If Luke Kuechly is going to one day be in the Hall of Fame, there is no reason under God's orange earth that Randy Gradishar should not be.
Yeah.
And it'll be truly a shame and an egregious crime against humanity if Gradishar ends up getting inducted posthumously, like they had to do with Pat Bowlen.
Yeah, it's a bummer. They don't get their gold jacket. The family doesn't get it. There's so many senior candidates that will pass away before they get in that are deserving, and it's a shame. Some of them already have. I think I mean, there's been some pretty good push for Gratidara. There's a lot of good campaigns out there. But if anyone tells you that a good campaign doesn't work, I will point to Clay Matthews. Never sniffed it in this final year. His daughter put in a great campaign, made it to the finals, almost got voted in from what I understand. So if you put a good campaign together for these guys, I think you can get them in.
We need Jeff Legwald's final pitch.
A good one.
Because Legwald's sell for Steve Atwater. Anyone who's heard that, you can only hear bits and pieces, I think, that are out there in the
don't
wind,
hear the whole thing.
But it was pretty convincing. And from people we've talked to, like Jason Cole, who was there, said it was convincing that it was moving. They're like, you know what?
I think his second one was the first one that I saw that they were putting out there. I didn't think was as convincing, but I think he got better at it and convinced people. But I mean,
time on task, people.
Yeah.
Repetitions, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, Tom, it's good to see you, bro.
Yeah,
Thanks for making the trek.
Thank you. Nailing for the Hall of Fame. It has to happen.
Nailing. #nailing for the Hall. Let's get it going, guys.
All right, Broncos
Let's do
country.
it. Yeah, we'll call it for now, guys. We'll be back. Got reaction.
Right after the final whistle.
It'll probably be like 30 minutes after the final whistle, just so people know, because we got to make it out of the stadium. Set back up the tent. Check our social feed for some pictures. We're meeting people. Come on down. We got posters. We got stickers. We got some swag to give away. It's been great to meet all of you who have shown up so far.
Yep.
We look forward to seeing more of you. But I'm Chad Jensen.
Zack Kelberman. Take care, guys. And as always,
go Broncos.
Go Broncos.